I'm from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder, morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it sings to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be, down under's calling, can't you hear?
G'day folks, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Well, tonight I'm travelling solo, unless a couple of people say they want to pop in and join me, which will be great. I'm travelling solo, and the reason is Jimmy is too busy spending time with his family members. So he should. So that's the exciting bit. He's spending time with mum, actually, and so that's awesome. Nice to see that mum is around. So there we go. There is a very interesting person lying in a pretend spot. Well, I'm looking at Scott on the other side of things, and he's actually pretending to be asleep. Well, he might tell me that he's not feeling 100%, but he's pretending to be asleep. I know. Crime doesn't pay. Anyway, let's have a look who's in the chat. First of all, Scott, hello, Shaun, welcome aboard, buddy. G'day, Squirrels World, welcome aboard, Glitters. How are we today? Trisha, good morning, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Well, it is evening here, so thank you for thinking of me. And Scott, Shaun, yeah, good on you, mate. Shirley is what Scott's saying, so g'day to Shirley and to Trisha, and there's a whole lot of Nightbot stuff going on. So, yeah, we've got a bit of community in here, which is really great. All right, now, Mr. Scott lying in bed, pretending to be asleep. You know, the best way for Scott to sleep would be if I had Jimmy in here with his dulcet tones, talking about the weather in wherever. Well, I'm not gonna do the weather in wherever. I'll just tell you what the weather's like here. Frickin' cold. Well, today we meant to have a top of 11 degrees C. It felt like frickin' 11 degrees C. We're currently sitting on 9 degrees C with a chill factor of, it feels like 8. So there we go. That's what we've got currently. And yeah, well, that's what it's like in the sun. So where are we today? Well, seeing as I don't have Jimmy pressing buttons, I can go ahead and talk about where we are today, and it's a really great spot to be in, and it's actually got a lot of history, this particular place. But I'll talk about that in a second. G'day, Scotty J. Whoop whoop. Welcome aboard, buddy. Good morning. Good happy hump day. It is hump day evening by us. So welcome aboard. And nice to have you here. So we're sitting currently at 2004 hours, which to you guys is 6:04 in the morning. Or if you're where Scott is, it's like 3:25 p.m. in the morning a.m. Anyway, that's Scott from Scottsdale, not the other Scott. Anyway. So where are we today? I'll give you a little bit of a heads up of this particular place. This place is currently about 750 kilometres west of Brisbane. So it's in the Queensland state, and has a population of around 3,000 people, and is the administrative centre of the local shire. It has a Cosmos Centre, so it's well known, it's totally renowned for all its fantastic dark skies, so you can actually have a look at the stars very easily from where it's at. And the other thing is not only that, but it is also, there is a creature here called a bilby, and it is the bilby centre where they actually rescue bilbies. Have a look at bilbies on your internet, interweaver, whatever stuff. Anyway, moving right along. So we've got Nightbot doing a bit of chatting over there, telling you to thank you for coming to the fun with the Down Under Cruises, and please do support so that we can get support for the Heroes Cruise, or Helping Hands for Cruising. Talking about the Heroes Cruise, you guys don't want to miss Saturday. Friday night your time. You don't want to miss Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, because we have a particular young lady who's going to be on board, and we're going to be chatting with this particular young lady. Her claim to fame is that she is a military person, but she's also associated with somebody on the board, and she's actually going to be joining us on the said cruise. So it's going to be exciting. We've got another week or so to wait until Bruce comes back with some news of the itinerary for the Heroes Cruise. We're certainly looking forward to it. So, okay. Any idea where we are? Look, I'm only asking the question because I'm trying to teach you about Australia. And that dome thing that you see over there, this dome thing here, that is not the Dome of the Rock. It is an observatory where you get a chance to look at the beautiful stars. It's got to be one of the darkest skies in Australia for you to actually have a look at the cosmos. The cosmos. Anyway, I've got to have a sip of the drink, and I don't actually have the well, I do. I should actually get it up. No, it's not Adelaide. Adelaide is a capital city. Adelaide has two big balls. Adelaide's renowned for its balls, Trisha. And if you've got some time at some other point, I'll actually show you Adelaide's balls, because I've been there. I've actually touched them. Good old Adelaide's balls. Okay, so yes. So the good news is we've got a lot of activity going on right now. Most of your cruising is happening out of the U.S. We've got 3 ships floating around Australia at the moment. Guys, check out Lilipa. Lilipa is going to be Royal Caribbean's private island. Check it out, because if you're a Royal Caribbean salesperson, as in person who likes to go cruising on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, you will stop off if you come down this way, South Pacific. It is Lilipa. Now, Trish, how did you figure that one out? And did I have it set anywhere? Please tell me, how did you figure that one out? Adelaide is South Australia. This particular place is Queensland. As I said, 750 k's out of Queensland, out of Brisbane. And yes, it is Charleville. And it is famous for the Cosmos Centre and also the Bilby Conservation. But it's also known, it's famous for World War II history, and that during the Second World War, 3,500 American servicemen were posted there as a base for them, as a secret base for them before they went out on their missions. So yeah, tell me where. Google is your friend. Well, you certainly made a very good friend. So you first Googled where there is a Bilby Centre. And did it show you pictures of what a bilby looks like? Then you asked if there was an observatory in Charleville, and yes, there is. So Charleville actually has quite a bit of claim to fame. It is quite famous for not only being a World War II military base, but it's also got the Bilby Centre, and it's also got an observatory there where you can actually check out the stars and so forth. Tricia says yes, there's a small photo. Awesome. G'day Danny, welcome aboard. How are you? Nice to have you here. As I said earlier on, I am travelling solo today. Jimmy's spending time with his mum, which he deserves to do, number one, and number two, she deserves to spend time with her boy and keep him off that goddamn motorbike. A couple of the other guys, not sure where, I think Eddie's on some cruise or something or other. And Scotty, well, Scotty's tucked up in bed. So I'm going to let Scotty do what he does best, which is snooze. Well, he doesn't do very much of it. He's a hard-working bloke, is young Mr. Scotty. Okay. Danny is saying, good, two of my favourite people, Scott and Tricia. Yep. Well, they're in the chat, which is a good thing. All right. If you want to drop your links, #duck, #DUC, and that'll drop your link. Folks, go and check out the other channels. Have a look, see. You will find some exciting stuff going on there. All right, let me do a bit of a heads up on the Heroes cruise. Now wait, before I do that, there is a cruise going out of Seattle next week. No, not next week. Next year in 2027, round about February. Let me see if I can bring it up. And yeah, here we go. This cruise is a bucket list cruise for some. It's put on by Jen Cohen and also Shannon Marsden. Both are board members for Helping Hands for Cruising, and they're doing a bucket list cruise in 2027 that's headed out to Alaska. It's something they wanted to do, but one of the benefits is the more people they get on board the cruise, the more they will be able to fund a cabin for the Heroes cruise, so that we can put one more recipient on board. Currently, we're looking at 10 recipients. Currently, we've approved one. There's another one where we're finalising the approval, and two more where we are starting to do the inquiries and get things underway. So there we go. Get yourselves, if you are so inclined, I would ask you, get yourself included into this bucket list cruise. It's going to be freaking awesome, I think. Anyway, heading right back to where we're at. Shirley's saying glitzer to everybody, which is great. Danny is saying, yeah, that's so cool that her big bro's friend grew up in Australia. Yeah. Australia's a good space. Trish is saying she'll be in the chat for a few more minutes. It's almost time to hit the road on her work commute. Well, Trish, I hope you have a fantastic day at the office. And think about us, and everything will be awesome. Danny's saying good day to Squirrely, and Trish has gone with the #duck. And just because of that, Nightbot has asked you to check her channel out. She's got an amazing channel, guys. You've actually got to go in and check it out. Danny has done the same. Good one, Danny. And there you go. Please check out Danny's channel. Danny is amazing. So has Shirley. Shirley's done the good old #duck. And what do you know? There we go. There's a link to her channel. All right, now Trisha's saying if she's not already booked Alaska in June of next year, she'd book it. Bummer. Well, you can always cancel, you know. But then again, it's, yeah, okay. Danny is saying, I think his parents still live there. Oh, good. but they're from Sydney, so they're further north. But maybe if you asked him to find out the info, I might be able to catch up with him and say g'day. Danny is saying, yeah, Trisha is an amazing woman. Get to see her in September on her meetup in Orlando. Well, she's lucky. I mean, everybody's lucky who's actually met Danny face to face. I've only met Danny in pictures, as in on the screen. I have been told that Danny's actually got legs, but all I know is from the waist up, and as well as that, her mum's only got the waist up, so I'll have to. Danny, you've got to try and see if you can make at least the meetup for the Heroes Cruise. At least the meetup. Check out the Helping Hands for Cruising website. It's helpinghands4cruising.org. You'll find out all the info about the Heroes Cruise, and also some info about the Alaska Cruise as well. Whilst the Alaska Cruise is not a Helping Hands for Cruising cruise, it has the advertising has been sanctioned. And they can actually put on the HH4C logo so that they can promote. And that's what we want. We want as many donations as possible, because that helps us get more people on board cruise ships. Danny is saying, yes, she does have legs. Well, Danny, prove it. I've got to see them. And she will. Oh, that's awesome. If you can at least make the meetup, that would be absolutely brilliant. Because then from the meetup, you get to meet the rest of the crew, and we're going to have an absolute blast. And if we're lucky enough, we will actually be so big that the hotel we stay at will have to give us a ballroom or something. A huge room. So Charleville. All right. Trisha's saying she's holding off on booking anything in 2028 until she knows the Heroes info. Only thing she knows for sure is the July 28, hubby and her are planning Alaska when the dates drop. Okay. But I'll let you know. As I said, we are looking at about September for the Heroes Cruise. We're just waiting on the itineraries to come out. And we're looking at Port Canaveral as the exit point. So we'll just have to wait and see which ship. All right, so let me give you guys a bit more of a heads up. So, history, the town was, Charleville was established in 1860 and named after the town of Charleville in Ireland. It became an important stop in Western stock routes and later the railway. In 1922, Qantas began one of its first scheduled air services between Charleville and Cloncurry, making the town significant in Australian aviation. If you wanted to go there, Charleville has a true semi-arid outback climate. Summer temperatures often exceed 40 degrees C, 40, 80, 120. So it's about 120 in the shade. Winter mornings can drop below 0 degrees C with the occasional frost. The area enjoys more than 300 sunny days each year, making it ideal for astronomy. So some of the things that you could do when you go to Charleville is, besides the Cosmos Centre and the Bilby Experience, you could do walking the Heritage Trail through the historic buildings, touring the grand 1920s Hotel Coronas, one of Australia's most famous outback hotels. You can visit the Royal Flying Doctor Service Visitor Centre, or you can just go fishing or relaxing along the Warrego River, and you can then go exploring nearby national parks and vast mulga country. I'll get into a little bit more details a little later on. Trish says Port Canaveral is awesome for me. Okay, well, it'll be awesome for me too, and I'll tell you why, because I've never been there. So, we're actually hoping that Canaveral is it, and then maybe if we're lucky enough, we can go and check out the Kennedy Space Station there. You know the usual thing that tourists do, and maybe some of you guys might want to join us in the tourist trade, but it's up to you. I mean, seriously. But anyway, we are definitely looking at getting this cruise up and running, and I'll tell you what, this cruise is going to make a huge difference. So let me put this on. Let me put on the lead in about this cruise, because you'll then understand why we're really excited about it.
Yeah, this one's for the ones who run toward the fire, and the ones who stand between us and the fire. You taste the red lights down a 2-lane road, boots hitting pavement where the brave ones go. Through smoke and sirens, you never back down, pulling folks from the wreckage, turning lives around. Oh, I see you march with brothers by your side, stars and stripes waving on the other side. You leave your family, kiss them goodbye slow, carry the weight so the rest of us can go. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for the courage we've all seen. From hometown streets to distant shores, you give your all and then give more. We're standing tall 'cause you stood first, grateful hearts beating strong and true, helping hands for cruising since it's too long. I say thank you, y'all, where you belong. When the call comes at 3 a.m., you're already gone, running into danger while we're singing this song. You wear the uniform, the badge, the scars, defending freedom near and far. Your kids wait up, your sweetheart prays for the day you walk back through the door someday. But you keep on giving day after day, living the promise in your own quiet way. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for the courage we've all seen. On hometown streets to distant shores, you give your all and then give more. We're standing tall 'cause you stood first, grateful hearts beating strong and true, helping hands for cruising since it's too long. To say thank you, y'all, where you belong. So where the waves are gentle on that open sea, may peace find you like it found me. You've earned the sunset, the salt air breeze, a little healing for the soul, if you please. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for living from sea to shining sea, from battlefields to burning skies so wide. You've held the line, you saved our pride. We're grateful every single day we breathe, for the lives you guard, the hope you leave, helping hands for cruising till it's on your way. Thank you, hero, keep lighting the way. Thank you, carry on, yeah. Carry on, yeah. Carry on, carry on, carry on.
Yes, carry on. What a brilliant show. Thank you very much, folks, for all the services that you've done, whether it be military or first responder. We appreciate everything. All right, Trish is saying Kennedy Space Center is great. She'll have to plan a few days around the cruise to maybe hang out with us all if we do the Kennedy Space Centre, her in-laws live near Port Canaveral, so she can stay with them if they are home. Well, you know what? That'll be absolutely amazing. As Danny says, yes, Trisha, if I go, we are all hanging out. Correct. 150%. All right, time to pull up the stream on her phone. Good on you, Trish. And hit the road. Do it gently, Trish. We don't want you to hurt your hand. Yeah, safe travels, Trish, as Danny says. Yep, and really we appreciate you coming in. If we lose you along the way, so be it. But we appreciate you coming in. All right, so the Heroes Cruise is the big thing these days, and we're asking everybody to do one of two things, one of three things actually. Number one, if you know of anybody who you feel is worthy of a cruise, put together a 2 to 5 minute video telling us why you think they deserve to be with us on the Heroes Cruise. Number one. Number two, if you've got access to anybody that could donate either goods and services or hopefully dollars, as in sponsorship dollars, we would greatly appreciate that. And the reason why I'm asking for that is very simple. We need $100,000 in order for us to book those 10 people on board the cruise. So the sooner we get that kind of money together, the sooner we can actually get the recipients booked in and ready to rock and roll. Everything finalized. Then we're going to be getting people out there. We're starting off trying to put together about 200 cabins if we can. We've got a feeling that we will do way more than the 200 cabins, but we appreciate the fact that we'll be getting hopefully that many on board. So it's going to be amazing. We will come together with the figures once we know exactly which cruise ship and the itinerary. But as I say, we are looking for as much interest as we've got right now. Currently, I believe we're sitting on, there are at least 20 cabins that are currently booked. Well, no, we don't have the dollars for them, but they are, the people have stated interest that the minute things drop, they will go, here's your dollars. Because obviously, we know that people don't want to just lay out funds for something that is kind of temporary, may or may not happen. And we know it's going to happen, but we also understand that there is a trust issue. So once we've got the itinerary all in place, we will then get everything sorted and away you go. Yay, happy stuff. All right. Also, we're looking for people who are willing to assist us while being on the cruise. So, you know, all the activities don't happen in a vacuum. They need people who will either coordinate them or partake in them, assist those that are new to the event to be with them. For example, right now, Michael Ann is setting up a committee so that she can handle all 10 of the recipients and whatever else comes through. We're also looking at a committee that'll help when we're on board ship to actually help perform some of the activities. Like, for example, one of the activities that we're looking at is when the ship actually does, we want to have a military appreciation service. So we want to see if we can pull in, if we've got 200 cabins worth of military and first responders on board, we'll certainly have a sizable number. And so we will want to pull as many of the ship's other patrons or other passengers on board and let them come into our activity, and hopefully they'll get a good look at HH4C and see how we can help them. Also, if we've got things like, one of the other activities we're looking at is having a room set aside for quiet time. You know, so there are people out there that have some issues, that may have some issues while they're on the cruise. We're certainly looking for opportunities to have them onto go into this room and have somebody to chat to if they need. So we're looking for all sorts of volunteers to help us out there. Trisha is saying when you have the info for the dates and all, she'll share on her Facebook, so hopefully get some folks to book. And we're also going to create a Facebook page specifically for the Heroes Cruise. Haven't got it set up just yet, but it will be. Okay, in the car, putting the phone down and just listening. Awesome. Glad you're doing that, because we promote safe driving. Hopefully my dulcet tones will not put you to sleep. But having said that, you know what? I've done stranger things. All right, now we do know that, just a bit of news about Jimmy. We do know that he's spending time with his mum, which is great. We also know that he went to the hospital to do some tests, and apparently his tests have come out all good, and he is cancer-free, yay. But at the end of the day, we just hopefully wish that cancer will stay right away. And next week we've got Jimmy back on board again, and he'll be running the show. So Danny's having a bit of a giggle. Awesome. G'day, Lee. How you going, buddy? Is that right? Did I say it correct, Lee? Hi, everyone. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. We're just talking about where are we today, and we're in a place called Charleville, which is in Queensland. Charleville is the home of a bilby centre. It's also got the darkest sky out there, so people can actually have a look at the stars from there. So there's an observatory. Also, Charleville was a Second World War U.S. military base where 3,500 U.S. military personnel spent some time. Excuse me. I need a sip. It's the second best elixir. Coffee. For me, it's the tail end of the coffee, so coffee in the evening, whereas the rest of you will be having your morning coffee. Okay, so as you all know, whenever I've been on the show with Jimmy, we have done a Where Are We Today. So if you have not already, you can go back into the Down Under Cruises channel, have a look at the playlist Where Are We Today, and you can have a look at all the places we've been to. I think you will find it exciting because you'll get to learn more about our fair country, and it'll also add to the numbers. Lee is saying it's great, just working on making new intro for the channel. Awesome. I've actually got to get to have a look at more of your stuff. Yeah, anyway. Yes, the Heroes Cruise is right now our biggest thing. And we're really excited because if you have a look on the Down Under Cruises playlist and also Helping Hands for Cruising playlist, it's Who's Your Hero. We've currently had an interview with Matt DeFries, who is Crystal's partner. It'll actually be Matt's first cruise, but obviously he's full paying. We've had Chris Vitek, who is our treasurer. And these are all military personnel, and obviously he'll be on the cruise as well. We've had Jimmy from the Astute Tourist. We've spoken to him about his events and affairs and all that sort of stuff. So he's going to be also going on the cruise. He doesn't have a choice. We've also had Darian Glover, who is obsessed with Germany, and at any rate he's come on board and he's done an interview with us. So we've had at this point we've had about 7 people. We also had a lady, she's known as Indie Nurse. She's a Gold Star family member. Her hubby was in the Air Force, and unfortunately, well, one thing led to another, and so she's now a Gold Star family member. So we're looking at a whole host of good stuff coming out, lots of interesting people coming on board. And we're talking to them about their experiences and also what the cruise actually means. And for a number of people there, the cruise actually means an exciting amount. So, give you folks a bit of a heads up. Our first recipient is an ex-cop. So that's exciting. Our second recipient is a Navy person, so that's also exciting. Our third person that we got that we're looking at putting on board as a recipient is a Gold Star family member, and there's another one in the works right now which got put in today, so we'll have to wait and see. Also was involved in the military, not sure what service just yet, but we'll be looking. So currently we've got 3 females set up for the recipient to be a recipient, and the fourth person is a male. So we are looking at getting as many people as we possibly can get. Hey, if we put 50 people on board a cruise ship, can you imagine how many people are actually going to be on that cruise? It's not 200 cabins. 50 people, we're looking at closer to 1,000 or 2. So if that happens, whoa, is that exciting. At the end of the day, we've got to do what we've got to do, right? So we're trying to get as many people as we possibly can. We've got a couple of other activities going on. There's an organisation that does calendar shoots, and they're going to be doing a calendar shoot on the cruise. Whoa, is that going to be amazing? Can you imagine people in ex-military personnel, vets, ex-cops, ex-fireys, ex-whatever, ex-paramedics, they're all going to be on board this cruise, and we're going to have an absolute blast. So, yeah, let's see how we go. Let's see how things pan out. It's definitely going to be an exciting time. We're definitely going to have lots of fun. I believe that we'll be having our board meeting coming up in a week or so, but more to the point, we're looking at possibly t-shirts. We're looking at a whole lot of other swag. So lots of exciting things are going on with the cruise. Now, having said that, I'm going to say to you folks, don't go on a cruise without having 2 things. 1, your passport. 2, travel insurance. Okay, I'm not promoting anybody's travel insurance, but get some. Okay, the last cruise taught us the value of travel insurance. One of the people on board our rock and roll tribute cruise got ill. The insurance company paid for everything, took care of the guy, and you know what? He's in a much better place for it. At the end of the day, folks, get yourself some travel insurance. I mean, you might think you're a superhero, but at the end of the day, if you actually get ill and have to be offloaded, it can cost a bucket load of money for you to get anywhere. So things need to happen. So get insurance. And you say to me, but wait a minute, the passport card will work for those of you across the pond. Let me say, you're the only country that has those passport cards, and they don't mean much. Actually take your passport with you. Excuse me. Because if you've got your passport, the book document, that way if you get caught up anywhere, it's very easy for you to pick up your passport and hand it to the people and get yourself sorted. All right? It'll be much easier, much more fun in the sun if you do it that way. All right, some of the other things I'm suggesting, make sure you're in contact with people that you're traveling with. We don't want you to just suddenly rock up there and what's going on. Stay tuned, stay in the group. You will be notified of all the good things happening. You'll be notified of all the exciting things happening on board, like the bar crawl. Now, depending on which ship, when we were on the Encore, I can tell you the Encore is an amazing ship. And we had to split into 2 groups and do bar crawls with the 2 groups, I can tell you. And my son was on board at the time. At 30 years old, I've never seen my son drunk, and that was the first time, so it was really quite funny. It was good. Everybody had a blast, and you can tell us what your favourite tipple is. In my case, right now, my favourite tipple is H2O of the water variety, purely because if I did drink alcohol, I know I'd be on diabetes medication. The amount of sugar that's in there. And no, I've never been drunk. Whenever I drink, I always make sure that I've got a glass of water or a glass of fruit juice handy. So I'll have a glass of alcohol and then a glass of fruit juice and or water. For those of you that don't know, alcohol is a diuretic. It dehydrates you. You feel thirsty, so you take a drink. It makes you go and pee it out, and then you're still thirsty because it's dehydrated you, so you ask for another rum and coke. If I were you, I would go with, let's have a rum and coke, and then let's have a glass of water just to rehydrate. Your body needs the liquid. And then you can go and pee it all out and then start all over again. All right. With that in mind, folks, I'm going to end this stream a little bit on the early side. What I am going to ask you folks to do is think about who you can bring up with us on board the Heroes Cruise, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to ask you all think about whether or not you yourself can come on the Heroes Cruise and join us. As I said, we're looking at around September 2028, but we will have finalised times within the next week or so, because we're just waiting on NCL to drop their itineraries. So I'm busy checking, Bruce is busy checking, and we're all going nuts. Anyway, let me see. Lee is saying, great stream. Have a great day, everyone. See you next time. Yes, likewise. Have a great day, those of you across the pond. Those of you on our side of the pond, have a great night. And with that in mind, folks, I'll say good evening or good day and wish you all a fantastic day. And also, what I'm going to say to you is please be with us on the weekend. Friday night, 10 p.m. If you're here on Friday night at 10 p.m., you will get to see the next hero. I won't tell you her name, but I think you guys will have... oh my goodness me. I think you guys will have a very great opportunity to see somebody different. Scott, you worry me, mate. You look so great in bed from here. So what you're saying is that I'm in bed and you think I'm great in bed. I won't tell Ilana you said that. Thank you, Danny. I agree. Scott, oh, there we go. And Scott has gone, ooh, when a hero comes along. Yeah, right. Okay. Scott's saying it's only 3:43 a.m. there. Okay, all right. I understand. I'm just kidding. All right, you guys have fun. Oh, you brought me back to bed with you. Oh, dear. I'm worried. All right, folks. Have a great night. Have a great day. And stay safe. And we'll catch up with you next time. Take care now. Bye.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder, morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere in the rustling of the trees. Mountains Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it's